Hello again. Right, no early morning trade this morning. I was going to talk about a setup, two setups. In fact, there were three setups on the 30 minute at first thing this morning. That 30-minute alert that went up there, the Euro Yen 30-minute alert there, that green candle that continued up for 12 or so pips, and the pound yen um, that alerted up there and then continued up 25 odd pips. So perfectly good setups over there. But I'm going to talk about this one that because I had to be unpaid taxi driver this morning. Talk about this one that I've just taken now, having come back to the charts, seen we'd got a M30 reversal in place there, and what I wanted was an M5 pullback and then an M5 alert to the long side. All these lines are on here. This is all part of my analysis. If I take you to the H1, I've drawn a high on the that huge what is known as a hammer candle or a hanging man at that point, I think, um, because it looks like a hammer. Uh, as you can see, that's normally an indication of some sort of reversal. Normally best if it's at a specific area, strong area of support. So I don't recommend you trade using hammers unless you've really studied. There's a James 16 thread on Forex Factory where they call them pin bars and hammers, and the opposite is a shooting star and or a reverse hammer if you want to call it that, and there's one up there and you can see that that's reversed as well, but I don't trade them per se. I just wanted to point that out and why I put these levels on. These green lines are drawn on the line chart to show old levels of support that force the price above these highs. We've talked about this before, again here. So what do we know about support? Once broken, it tends to get tested to see whether it will hold as resistance and consequently turn the price to the downside here. So, and one on the bottom of that one there as well. So back to the. So that's my analysis. I always start with clean charts with just the yesterday's high and low on there and a few other bits and pieces, as you know, and then just drill down into the trade. So alert on that green candle there. Just check the 15-minute isn't against us. Then we've got this 5-minute pullback here. So I want a 5-minute pullback to the long side, alert to the long side to cancel out the one that's firing on the downside or alerting on the downside, and that's it. I just hit the trade and expected these areas to get hit. Now my take profit was just below this 25 marker there, which is actually the 136.50, so that's quite a strong one. And as always, I tend to try and keep my target short of that. Let's just pull the trade onto the chart. There it is there, down to the 1 minute, and you can see I took the trade exactly on the button of that one there. It's above the high because that's the spread taken into account, and then put my take profit. There's the blue level, just short of that 50 level there we talked about, and another trade, another plan, as it were, another plan, perfect plan as in terms of what we look for. 30-minute alert, 5-minute pullback, 5-minute entry, and there's the trade. And after a big pullback like this is the uptrend. After a monster reversal to the downside, then I would expect some of these levels of support to get tested as resistance. That's what I've talked about before. They call it fair value. How do you know gold is, use that expression, how do you know gold is worth 2,000 when it's gone up to 2,250? I like that analogy a lot. unless it comes back and tests the 2000 level and see whether it's hold, see whether they'll find investors, buyers, call it what you like. And that's how I understand um, um, this fair value concept. It's way more complicated than that, but that's how I like to it was explained to me in that way, and that was what I liked. Interestingly, I wonder what the Fibonacci's look on this. I studied Fibonacci's until I went blue in the face, but they were too random. You know, people say, oh, it'll come back to the 50 level and so on and so forth. So you've got all these Fibonacci levels on here, and let's do it on a clean chart. But in my opinion, they're not. They're untradeable in terms of they're just not precise enough. I like to see precision. I like to use the trend analysis, and I like to use the lower time frame trends. That's what we're doing, using a 1 minute trend to enter a 5 minute trend and a 30-minute reversal. You know, so yeah, Fibonacci's. I mean, it obviously got affected by the 50% level there, but was it the support and resistance? Was it this resistance, or was it the Fibonacci? Down to the 61.8, that's supposed to be the magic level of a sort of a reversal of trend. This could well now be coming back down, but you know, how can you be confident enough of these levels that they've just cut through like butter? 38.2, that's a common level, that's why it's on the automated trading platform as a default level. I've not put these levels on there. Again, 23, I mean, it's come back and bounced on it, but was it this resistance here that created this little pullback, or was it the Fibonacci? I'm 100% happy that saying it's the resistance and support, it's nothing to do with Fibonacci's. But I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. Fibs, yeah, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, tried to trade pivot levels as well. You know, all that's to do with market profile as well, but daily pivots, weekly pivots, which one's it going to recommend? Much easier way of doing it, in my opinion, is to just learn and understand support and resistance. Teach yourself that, and you'll never need anything else. These little arrows, they're useful just in terms of the trading plan, and all they are, as I've said before in previous videos, but if you've not watched those, then you won't know. All they are is representing a trend reversal. It's telling me that a resistance level has been broken over here. The 3 moving average has crossed the 10 moving average, and as such, we've got some sort of reversal. We're generally entering the trade. If I'd got this one this morning, that would have been a trade re-entering the trend, this massive trend here, using a tiny little trend here, and that's it. That's all we're doing all the time. Trends trump everything, in my opinion. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.